What's going on, everybody? TG here, back in another video. Hope you guys had a great weekend. The week is starting off. Tesla reported earnings today. Actually beat top and bottom pretty well, but the stock's going down a little bit in after hours, about 1.79%. We briefed him on it in the last video, and I talked about how Tesla really had to have a big earnings beat if they wanted the stock price to go up. Because if you look at valuation, right now it's over 700 billion market cap, about almost a 1200 PE ratio. It had to do something to stand out to really go up, and I think that's exactly what we saw here. They had a good earnings quarter. There's no doubt about it. It's a good earnings quarter for Tesla, but it's not what the street wanted. The street's factoring a big earnings beat. With the company being valued at what it's at right now. And it's a simple pullback. It's not a big crash. It's nothing huge, but weekly options will be slaughtered, and we talked about that in the last video. If you want to play earnings, I always say I recommend selling options rather than buying, just because the implied volatility is so high. But before we really dive into this, guys, we have a Discord link in the description if you want to join. Come and chat. We call some really, really good plays. Made some good money today on that. And also just like and subscribe. It means a ton to me. We're at 3,600 subs. And it just means it really means a lot to me. So let's just jump right in. Let's talk about this earnings quarter, because they posted a net income of $438 million, revenue surging by 74% year-over-year growth. We really break it down and look at everything. The earnings, they did 93 cents per share. Analysts were expecting about 79% or 79 cents per share. That's a pretty big beat. That's a good percent beat right there. Revenue, about the same. They were expecting 10.39, or they were expecting 10.29. They did 10.39. So a small beat on that end as well. And like I said, 438 million in profit. And another good thing, the company recorded 518 from their regulatory credits. The regulatory credits is huge for Tesla, because if you guys don't know, automakers have to buy these credits, and Tesla makes a fortune off them. Because they're an EV company, they are making a fortune from these. These are government regulated credits, and Tesla has to have no expense at all bringing in these credits. So this is huge for the company's profits, huge for the company's earnings. And that's what they need. And that's why I think they were able to beat on earnings pretty significantly, because they got so much in these regulatory credits, and they don't have to spend anything to get that. Okay, so that's really good. And they also made $101 million from Bitcoin this year. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in a second. But essentially, they reported deliveries of 184,800 cars. That's just insane, beating expectations, setting a record for Tesla. But unfortunately, the company produced none of the higher-end Model S sedans or Model X SUVs for the period ending in March. It did, however, deliver 2020 older Model S's and the Model X's. So, the company said it expects, more than 50% vehicle delivery, which would imply that they're talking about 750,000, considering the fact that they did about 500,000 last year. So, 50% year-over-year growth on those deliveries would be really good. Some people are even expecting, close to 1 million vehicle deliveries, which I could very well see happening, especially if Biden goes ahead and implements this. We talked about the tax credits, these regulatory credits. If he goes ahead and brings, the $10,000 tax credit for EVs, that is going to be huge. That is huge right there. And it's rumored right now that they're going to amp it up to $10,000. So if you go ahead and buy an electric vehicle like Tesla, you are going to get a tax credit of $10,000. So this is a huge incentive for people who have done pretty well this year, made some money, and don't want to pay as much in taxes. They can go ahead, buy a Tesla, use some of their expenses on that, and get $10,000 off on their taxes. So that's something that I'm thinking about doing potentially next year, because we don't have much earnings this year at all. So if we have it, next year, that's a great way to make some good bang for your buck. You're basically giving yourself $10,000 to the Tesla. So that's huge. That's another good thing we want to see. But like I said, that could be huge. That could be game changing if they go ahead and implement that. Discord's blowing up. If you guys want to join, go right ahead. But we also want to talk about vehicle unit sales. 100% year over year. That's another great thing right there. But unfortunately, service centers only grew by 28%, and mobile service fleet only by 22%. So a lot of it is, frustrating long wait times for repairs. But again, that's a double-edged sword because repairs is something that doesn't happen often much with Teslas. Like, for instance, we've had a Tesla for a couple years, about 2.5 years. We've only had to bring it in once for repairs. You're not getting that with regular cars. So Tesla's really good on that. And it's something that's going to continue to get people to own Teslas for the long term. So that's always a good thing. And now the crypto. We have to talk about crypto because how can you not talk about it? The company revealed back in February that they bought about 1.5 billion in Bitcoin, and they ended up selling $272 million worth of Bitcoin this quarter. So I think they go ahead and locked in some profits because they had to. They had to do that for a couple of reasons. One of them is, their energy sector has slowed its business a little bit, but energy revenue declined from 787 million in the fourth quarter to 595 million in this quarter. So that's a pretty significant decline. But they're expecting this to get big again once the pandemic ends. But overall, it's a pretty solid quarter for Tesla. I mean, obviously the stock's not reacting too well to that, but we talked about that. We talked about what would happen, with this quarter and how they would have to make a huge beat in order to see a substantial stock price increase. So I wasn't surprised about this. My order didn't go through for a call credit spread on it. I'm very upset about that. I missed it by literally 1 cent. So greed on my part, but that would have been a nice $100 I would have made today or tomorrow technically. But it's just it is very frustrating. But it's one of the things I kind of called. Like I knew that they were not going to have a big beat. I think I was expecting a small beat. I wasn't expecting earnings to be so big. I was expecting 85 to 87 for the earnings, and they did 93, so they beat my expectations on that. But revenue was about exactly what I predicted. I just figured that, with the pandemic and everything, they're not going to be as big. But overall, it's still very good. It's still a very good quarter from Tesla. I want to see what they do in the next couple of days, but I think a lot of the EVs have started to take a bit of a hit after hours as well because of that. I mean, if you look at the stock that I'm in, XPEV went down right after Tesla announced they're right here and dropped about 1.2%. NIO's reporting earnings on Thursday, so that's going to be interesting to see. I think people are anticipating maybe a little bit of a loss as well because again, like right after you see that from there, boom, another like 1.5% drop right after Tesla announced their earnings. So it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be a lot of fun, but overall, pretty good quarter from Tesla. Stock price not reacting the way that a lot of shareholders and especially call holders would like it to, but it's one of the risks of playing earnings. So, guys, I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. Let me know your thoughts on this video, on Tesla and all that good stuff. And yeah, I look forward to hearing from you guys and talking to some of the guys in the Discord. So have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.